कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय गिरिधारी राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय राधा गोविंद राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो। गोपी गीत की जय हो। आई एम कंटिन्यूइंग फ्रॉम द श्लोका 10। गोपौचु प्रहसितं प्रिय प्रेम वीक्षणम् विहरणं च ते ध्यानमङ्गलम् रहसि संविदो यारिदि स्पृशः कुहकनो मना शोभयन्ति हि. Your smiles, your sweet, loving glances, the intimate pastimes of confidential talk we enjoyed with you, all these are auspicious to meditate upon, and they touch our hearts. But at the same time, O deceiver, they very much agitate our minds. चलसि यद्व्रजान् चारयन् पशु नलिनसुन्दरं नाथते पदं शिलतृणाङ्कुरे सीदतीति नः कलिलतामना कान्तगच्छति. Dear master, dear lover, when you leave the cowherd village to herd the cows, our minds are disturbed with the thought that your feet, more beautiful than a lotus, will be pricked by the spiked husk of grains and rough grass and the plants. दिनपरीक्षये नीलकुन्तले वनरुहाननं बिभ्रदावृतं तनरजस्वलं दर्शयन्मुहुः मनसि न स्मरं वीरयच्छसि. At the end of the day, you repeatedly show, show us your lotus face, covered with dark blue locks of hair and thickly powdered with dust. Thus, O hero, you arouse lusty desire in our minds. प्रणतकामदं पद्मचार्चितं धरणिमण्डनं ध्येयमापदे चरणपङ्कजं शन्तमं च ते रमणनस्तने वर्पयादिहन्. Your lotus feet, which are worshipped by Lord Brahma, fulfill the desire of all who bow down to them. They are the ornament of the earth. They give the highest satisfaction, and in times of danger, they are the appropriate object of meditation. O lover, O destroyer of anxiety, please put those lotus feet upon our breast. सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितमेणुना सुष्ठुचुम्बितम् इतरराघवे स्मारणं नृणां वितरवीरणा स्तेधरामृतम्. O hero, kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips, which enhances conjugal pleasure and vanquishes grief. That nectar is thoroughly relished by your vibrating flute and makes people forget any other attachment. अटति यद्भवान् अहनिकाननं त्रुटियुगायते त्वामपश्यताम् कुटिलकुन्तलं श्रीमुखं च ते जड उदीक्षताम् पक्ष्मकृदृशाम्. When you go off to the forest during the day, a tiny fraction of a second becomes like a millennium for us because we cannot see you. And even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face so lovingly with its adornment of curly locks, our pleasure is hindered by our eyelids, which were fashioned by the foolish Creator. Patisutan vayam भातृबान्धवान् अतिविलन्द्यते नच्युतागतः कटिविदस्वतो द्वितमोहिता हितभयोषिता वस्त्यजे निशि. Dear Achyuta, you know very well why we have come here. Who but a cheater like you would abandon young woman who come to see him in the middle of the night, enchanted by the loud song of his flute? Just to see you, we have completely rejected our husbands, children, ancestors, brothers, and other relatives. Rahasi samvidam रुच्छयोदयं प्रहसिताननं प्रेमवीक्षणं बृहदुराश्रियो वीक्षधाम ते मुहरति स्पृहा मुह्यते मनः. Our minds are repeatedly bewildered as we think of the intimate conversation we had with you in secret. Feel the rise of lust in our hearts and remember your smiling face, your loving glances, and your broad chest, the resting place of the goddess of fortune. Thus, we experience the most severe hankering for you. व्रजवनौकसा व्यक्तिरङ्गते वृजनहन्त्रलम् विश्वमङ्गलम् त्यजमनाक्षन त्वत्स्पृहात्मना स्वजनरुद्रुजा यन्निसूदनम्. O beloved, your all auspicious appearance vanquishes the distress of those living in Raja forest. Our minds long for your association. Please give to us just a bit of that medicine which counteracts the disease in your devotee's heart. यत्ते सुजातचरणामृहरं स्तनेषु पीताशने प्रियदधिमहि कर्कशेषु तेन टवीटमटसि तद्व्यथेत् न किंस्वित् कृपादिभिभ्रमतिर्भवदायुषानः. O dearly beloved, your lotus feet are so soft that we place them gently on our breast, fearing that your feet will be hurt. Our life rests only in you. Our minds, therefore, are filled with anxiety that your tender feet might be wounded by pebbles as you roam about on the forest path. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. गोपी गीत की जय हो, वृंदावन धाम की जय हो, ब्रजवासी की जय हो. धन्यवाद. प्रणाम प्रभु जी फॉर सो वंडरफुल.
थैंक यू रक्षा माता जी की जय हो. थैंक यू रक्षा माता जी.
તમારા આશીર્વાદ પ્રભુજી.
તમારા આશીર્વાદ મને જોઈએ. Hare Krishna everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome back. So let's start the continuing class. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakavitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha. O most magnificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself, appearing as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Excuse me. You have assumed the golden complexion of Srimati Radharani, and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer respectful obeisance unto you. Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Pashadam Yagnai Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Nana Sastra Vicharnaik Nipunau Shadadharma Samstapakau Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuane Manyau Sharanyakarau Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Ananden Mattalikau Vande Rup Sanatana Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatan Goswami, Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, uh, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Let me repeat again. I offer my respectful obeisance to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatan Goswami, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narom Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Prabhupada Jai Shri Govinda Madi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Hare Krishna. Welcome back everyone. So Sanjeev Prabhu is going to be doing that recap.
I'll do the recap, Prabhuji.
I'm sorry, Prabhuji, I didn't give you much time. I was trying to send you, and size was too big, and I didn't realize. Okay, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So you're going to review, I think, first 3 verses.
Yes.
I think that's what
yes,
we did,
yes. Right? First 15 slides.
Yes, correct.
Hare Krishna, all the devotees. Yesterday we learned part of chapter 31. As you know, the essence of all the Vedic literature is the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam is Canto 10, and the essence of Canto 10 is the Gopi Gita, that is chapter 31, and that's what we are studying now. And today we'll be discussing this recap up to 15 slides, which were covered yesterday. Now, in this summary, it is given you are in the verses 1 to 4, you are killing your maidservants who have given themselves to you freely. Isn't this murder? My question is, which is this verse? Except Raksha Mataji and Samta Mataji. Which is this verse? We studied yesterday.
Verse 19, right?
Which one?
Verse 19, right, Prabhu?
No, verse 9 is the end of that.
I think verse 2, Prabhuji, 2.
Yes, verse 2. Saradu Dasaye Sadhu Jata Sat Sarasi Jodara Srima Sadrusa Surata Nathate Sulka Dasika Varada Nignato Neha Kim Badha. And the next one, verses 5 to 8, though we covered only 4 verses yesterday. Please show us your beautiful lotus face. Place your wish-fulfilling hands on our heads and revive us with the nectar of your lips. This is which verse? This is verse
8 verse 8.
Yes, it is 8th verse. Madhuraya gira valgu
Valgu
vakya
Vakya.
manogya puskarekshana vidikari rima veera muihatir adhara sindhuna
Siddhunam
kaya.
Kaya.
Okay, with this, let us start. Well, the first verse of chapter 31 comes in which category?
Chandravali, those submissive gopis.
No, it is called what? What is the classification of this verse, the first verse?
It is the Mangalacharan.
Mangalacharana. Or like in Sri Sampradaya, they call it Mangala Sasana. Okay, the next question is, why Braja has been described as exceedingly glorious and full of happiness, even more than Vaikuntha? What is
Because
the
of the
reason?
because of the birth of Lord Krishna in Raja, from the womb of Yashoda Maya.
Since Krishna was born in Braja. If you remember in the 5th chapter, 10th canto, 5th chapter, the Nandotsava, the 18th verse, that also says, Tata Arabhya Nandasya Braja Sarva Samruddhiman Harer Nivasita Gunai Rama Kridam Avinrupa. That means once Krishna came, then it became a place for the pastimes of the goddess of fortune. That's why goddess of fortune kept on coming there, and that's why it is more famous and more glorious than even Vaikuntha. Then next question is, why Lakshmi Devi had left Vaikuntha and started living in Braja?
To serve Krishna.
To serve Krishna. Any other thing?
जहाँ भी भगवान जाते हैं वहाँ पीछे वो लक्ष्मी होते ही है साथ में
Okay.
उनकी सेवा
Okay,
करने
she
She
comes
wanted. She also wanted to participate in the Rasa Leela, right? So she's doing that meditation over there still.
Oh, okay, I'll answer. This was not discussed yesterday. She comes and goes repeatedly because of her mood of surrender to Krishna, or she is unable to stay here permanently due to shying away from that. And she thus resides because Braja has become more wealthy. There is more wealth in Braja than the spiritual world. As we have seen in the Nandotsava, the Maharaj, he started giving away all his wealth to anybody and everybody who came, but still his wealth never got depleted. It automatically got filled. It is because Krishna was born there. Okay, the next question. What is the meaning of Krishna being addressed as Daita? What is the meaning of Daita?
Loved and merciful.
Beloved and merciful.
Merciful.
And what are the characteristics of composition of Gopi Gita verses by Vyasadeva?
Pad.
It consists of 4 lines, padas,
All the
and
verses,
the first and the
they-
7th syllable. First and the 7th syllable, each line begins with the same letter.
Yes, that is very true. Can anybody give an example of that? What is given in this?
For
Jai.
example, Prabhuji, in the first verse, Jayati te dhikam, and in the second, Janma Nagrajaha.
Janmana.
Okay, okay. We move to the next slide, slide 5. The first verse indicates what? What all? What all things are described in the first verse?
Deep emotions and devotion for Krishna.
Deep emotion, yes. And any other thing?
Submissive and contrary.
Submissiveness and contrariness.
Two groups of the gopis. One is submissive and other is contrary.
Two groups, yes. And while the gopis are devoted to Krishna, their love brings what in his absence?
Heartache in his absence.
Heartache in his absence. They are totally distressed. This also will, yes,
Yeah.
in the next slide we'll discuss about that.
Yeah. A little heart attack.
Yes. What is meant by divine love?
Divine love is true love. It is different, totally different from the ordinary love affections.
Yes.
And it is here the soul is longing, quest to unite with the divine.
Yes, you mean intense love for Krishna.
Krishna.
It reflects their spiritual journey for union with the divine Lord, that is Lord Sri Krishna. And their love is characterized by what?
Dual nature.
प्रभु जी ऐसा भी कह सकते हैं ना, आत्मा का
ecstasy and
परमात्मा से
suffering.
मिलन, प्रभु जी.
Yes, yes, yes.
Prabhuji, ecstasy and suffering.
It has both ecstasy and suffering, both.
Yes, ecstasy and suffering. Actually, if you see that suffering is not actually suffering, it looks like suffering to us, but the devotee gets the highest amount of pleasure from that. And then we move on to the next question. How Vipralambha is significant in the first verse?
Vipralambha increases more intense love for Krishna to unite with the divine, and after the unity, they become more joyful. It gives more joy, more happiness.
You mean separation from Krishna is the central theme in this verse 1. And what else? What else?
It is a main motivation, catalyst for longing.
Yes.
That's the key word I was
Their
waiting for.
attachment brings a lot of pain because of separation, Prabhu.
And because of this, what happens? How Braja is signified?
Filled with true love, okay, towards Krishna.
Because of the reverence for Braja by these gopis, innumerable gopis, it signifies that Braja is a reflection of the spiritual world.
Spiritual world, correct. Yeah.
Actually, there is no difference between Braja and Golak Vrindavan. And in Briyat Bhagavatamrita, we have already read that this Braja in the earthly Braja, it is much in a higher position than in what Braja is there in the Golak Vrindavan. Okay,
Correct,
next question. What is the nature of devotion as pointed out in the first verse?
It is dual nature, submissive and contrary.
Who is submissive?
In submissive,
Chandravali.
Chandravali is submissive. And who is contrary?
Srimad Radharani.
Radharani.
And how Chandravali expresses her feelings?
Openly, she expresses her feeling. Openly.
And Radhika expresses love?
Playful defiance.
In playful way.
Playful defiance, mana, and many other things. Okay, we move on to next slide. Slide 7. Now, who represent the divine feminine?
Gopis.
The
Gopis
gopis.
represent in nurturing.
And any other thing you want to add in this? What do they highlight?
The highest compassion, emphasizes compassion and emotional connections.
Love and emotions.
Okay, they highlight that the feminine aspect of divinity, it is integral to spiritual existence. And this emphasizes compassion and what
emotional,
else?
Emotional
connection between the two. Then the next question is, what about Divya Unmada in the first verse?
It is pure love, just it's pure love. Go
Pure
on,
love.
Mataji.
And what is the other word for it?
It is different from ordinary love. It is rooted in
Madness, madness.
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 It is
That
spiritual.
arises from the pure love.
Yes, it is spiritual madness. And it arises because of
Love.
Overwhelming love.
pure
Pure.
love, overwhelming love, correct. And it is rooted in
ecstasy and devotion.
ecstasy and devotion, correct. And next question is why the gopis are willing to suffer?
Uh, why, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
For
Just
love for
selflessness
Krishna.
question
reflects the
Because they are
spiritual
intense love for
surrender.
Krishna.
One by one. Yes, why the gopis are willing to suffer?
Because of
One
their
reason could be
intense
like
love.
for
they want to
Krishna.
give a pleasure to Krishna. That's all. That is the only their motto.
Okay, for their love for Krishna. And it is a spiritual ideal where personal desires are subordinated. The gopis, they don't want anything from Krishna. They want to keep Krishna happy. That is the only desire they have. And the next question, what was the urgency for the gopis to show themselves to Krishna?
Transcendent nature of life and the importance of seeing the moment's connection with the divine.
Their age was a criteria because they could have aged later on, as Charu Prabhuji mentioned. Youthful age.
They had realized the importance of their fleeting beauty and youth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prabhuji, this point is not clear. Please, थोड़ा इसमें आप
Okay. Now, what the question is, what was the urgency for the gopis to show themselves to Krishna? Why they wanted Krishna to come and show himself so that they can show to themselves to Krishna? One of the things given here is they knew that their beauty, though it is transcendental beauty, transcendental wealth, the youth, like you have seen in Gopal Champu, when Krishna met the gopis after 100 years, still then they were the same. Their beauty was the same, their youth was the same. But still then, the gopis, from their point of view, they were thinking their beauty and their youth is fleeting away because they are in the material world, because they were under the influence of Yogamaya and they wanted to meet Krishna immediately. That is one of the reasons. There are many, as we go through the Rasa Panchadhyay, many things will come out. Okay, then
thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very much clear. Thank you.
now in slide 8, what is the meaning of Suratanatha?
Lord of love and beggar. And the third meaning is is the giver and of great calamities and distress.
Okay, Lord of love. And what is the meaning of Saradu Dasa? Sarad means
Uh, Sarat means autumn season.
autumn season. And Dasa, reservoir of
Leela.
water. And what is the meaning of Asulka Dasika?
Free. No price without money. Or freely available service or like that.
They are
Unpaid servants.
Unpaid servant. Yeah, that's better.
unpaid maid servants. Krishna was not giving them any pay or anything for their service. And what is the meaning of Nignato?
Killing.
Killing.
Yeah.
You are
Killing.
killing.
You are killing
Yes,
the
you are, the gopis are saying you are
Killing
killing
us.
us. And how was Krishna killing the gopis?
By glance.
By glance.
by
But
sight
what was
glance.
happening? What was happening here?
So Krishna is absent and they are
Yes, his
searching.
absence. His absence was killing the gopis. Now we go to the next slide. What is the meaning of divine love in verse 2? Divine love means what?
pure love, true love, unconditional
Pure
love.
love, true love.
And
Any
this
other
love,
adjective?
it
Selfless.
selfless
Unconditional selfless love.
and
Actually, yeah,
sacrifice.
Selfless
I think,
love, unconditional love. It
yeah,
is
the
both.
big difference, the divine love versus the mundane love. Mundane love is lust, that means my beloved, how he can give me the pleasure. Whereas the divine love, how can I give pleasure to my beloved? That's the big difference. So lust versus prema.
Yes,
And
Vaidya.
it is both
Actually,
ecstatic.
mundane love means give and take,
Yes.
So
and spiritual
mundane love
love
is
means
that
only give.
how he can satisfy me, how he can give the maximum pleasure like that, and the man also feels how she can give me pleasure, you know. Whereas here, all gopis cared how I can give pleasure to Krishna, and Krishna getting the pleasure, that is my pleasure. And mundane love, it's in bodily platform, satisfaction, bodily satisfaction, sense gratification. Here, the love between the gopis and Krishna is at the level of spiritual level, the Atma level, you know.
Yes, Vaidya.
Like yesterday, I was giving you the example from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is not selfless. This mundane love in the material world. It always depends on some expectation. And this unconditional love is both ecstatic joy and profound suffering. Both the things are there in this transcendental love. Then the next question is, what is the meaning of Vipralambha in verse 2?
Pain of separation from Krishna.
Pain and separation from Krishna.
Now,
And
it's the divine love, and this Vipralambha is coming repeatedly from varieties of angles that we are getting this understanding of these two terms. Okay, Vipralambha is the dominant portion, dominant entity in raising the divine love. Is only from separation, pain of separation, and that pain भी मैं कितनी बार कहा ना मीठी सी चुभन है. It is painful, but that pain, there is a pleasure within the pain, you know. मीठी सी चुभन. So ये, what gopis are suffering from the separation from Krishna. At the same time, as we'll see, continue, we are going to see much more inside of it, that they are actually within the separation, they are feeling his association. And when they meet, they feel the separation because Krishna can go and disappear anytime, you know.
and thus it is the soul's expectation for union with the divine, which is described here in verse 2. The next question is in verse 2, what is the illusion and what is reality?
Illusion is material word, materialism, and that reality is the spiritual reality, truth.
Okay, tension between the material world and the spiritual world reality is illusion. The gopis perceive Krishna as deceptive many a times, and they question his intentions. That is the reality. And in verse 2, what is the meaning, what is meant by nature of God? The last point, fourth point.
Krishna's playful mischief
He is the
is a wheel over a deeper
Paramatma.
sea.
Paramatma, he is the indwelling
Yeah.
spirit within everybody.
But yeah.
And what else? Personal experience can lead, and divinity can lead to profound understanding of the impersonal also.
What does Bhagavad Gita teaches us? What are the three main characteristics of Paramatma? Can you give us the three main functions that is given in 13th chapter actually, Bhagavad
Is it
Gita?
Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, the
No,
Tadatma?
that is not, no, that is not.
Paramatma. Upadrashta,
Drashta, Hanumanta,
Hanumanta,
and
and
Bharata.
Surdam Sarvabhutanam, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean actually?
Witness, sanction. He's the
He's the
witness of
sanctioning authority. Without sanctioning,
sanctioning.
they said a blade of grass cannot move even, right? And he's the best well-wishing friend a living entity can have. So these things plays a very important role actually. We are going to see that, okay?
Then we move on to slide.
Paramatma role, Paramatma, we are going to see today's class also.
Yes, yes. Let us move on to slide 12. In verse 3, why the Leela of killing Vyomasura, which was to happen in future, was described by the gopis in the past tense, as if it had happened. What was the reason for this?
Due to their madness and separation of Krishna, they referred as if it happened in the past.
Yes, Dibya Unmada, what we are saying, divine madness, due to this, and why this happened, because of their separation from Krishna, they referred even the future things as happened in the past. Then we move on to the next slide. What is the essence of verse 3?
They are saying that you protected through various calamities, and now you are killing, not showing us. So that was the issue.
Okay. Any other thing?
It shows the essence of devotion, longing, complexities.
Yes, devotion,
Hindrances.
longing, and the complex
Dynamic
relationships
devotion, betrayal.
between Krishna and the gopis. All these things are described in verse 3. Then we move.
Next, Prabhuji, next time
No,
when you
love about
Prabhuji, when you highlight next time, use a lighter shade of color.
Yes,
So people can read that, you know.
Yes, probably. Okay, now slide 14. What is meant by divine protection versus betrayal? Divine protection means Krishna gave protection also, and betrayal means he betrayed also.
disappearing. Now
Disappear.
now Krishna disappeared. Now gopis think that this is really a betraying. Okay, that is the expression.
Krishna protected the gopis, that's why he protects them, and now he has abandoned them, that
Abandoned
he
them.
has betrayed them.
Yeah, that is bewilderment. Yeah, that is betraying.
Thus the
Actually,
divine.
Krishna is not abandoning them. He is right on, but he is really increasing their longing for him.
Longing. Yeah.
He's watching everything. He's watching actually behind the bush, you know. But he is basically inciting the gopis. Uh, they're longing for him, you know, and longing for Krishna. Don't be under misconstruction that it's not giving pleasure to the Krishna, but longing for Krishna. That is our actually the best way of getting off this world, actually, you know, and going to the spiritual world. That's what it is actually. So it's in our own interest that we long for Krishna.
That means Krishna can be a cause of safety for us and cause of suffering also. Why suffering? Because the devotee always wants to be united with him. And Krishna actually did not abandon the gopis, he didn't go away. He was only not visible in the sight of the gopis. He was around only, he was seeing them. Like even now, what class we are doing, the Lord is always around. We are not able to see him like that. He was also present there, but the gopis were not able to sense where he is gone. Okay, the next question is how Vairagya is depicted in verse 3.
Reflects the philosophy principle, Vairagya, that detachment in spiritual
Vairagya or detachment. Worldly attachment leads to what?
Sufferings.
Suffering.
Suffering.
But the gopis attachment, spiritual attachment,
Idle
is
loving
what?
devotion. Loving devotion, showing spiritual attachment.
Ecstasis to unity with the to unite with God, Krishna.
And this because
Joy
of
and
this spiritual attachment, they used to experience what
joy
all?
and anguish. Joy and anguish.
Joy and anguish. They were happy also and anguished also. Okay, the next slide. What is Krishna's dual identity as described in verse 4?
Cowherd boy as Yashoda's son and the super soul Paramatma.
Yes, Krishna is the soul of Yasoda, Yasodanandan Krishna, Nandanandan Krishna, and he is also the Paramatma. He is present in everybody's heart. Therefore, both the Siddhantas, that is the Advaita and Advaita, they are described here. Now, this, what does this mean? This means that the God is accessible, intimate, yet he is beyond human comprehension. If he wants, we can comprehend him. If he does not show his mercy, we will not be able to comprehend him where he is. Like we are not able to see Krishna, whereas the gopis, they were able to see Krishna, they were able to play with him. Then the next question is, what about the collective experience of the gopis? All the gopis, both the groups, Chandravali's group and Radha's group, they were trying to find out where Krishna is. What does this experience depict?
Fostering community and
Shared
reinforcing
emotional
spiritual
experiences of all the
them.
gopis.
They forgot their differences and they searched for Krishna. And this fosters what? Community and reinforced faith. Their faith got reinforced. That means when all the gopis had an issue or problem collectively, then they united. At other times, they were thinking differently and behaving differently. So, with this, I finish the recap. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. And thank you also for the participants. That gives me a special pleasure when you all respond. That means you are really in it and you are studying it on your own. So even after the class, that gives me great pleasure. Whatever I'm doing, I feel it's worth. Thank you very much. Welcome back again. So we'll continue. Actually, the first 4 verses of the entire 19 verses of the Gopi Gita, these are the most important verses. Okay. So now we'll continue with the 4th verse. Let me share my screen with you. Share with my screen.
By the time the slide comes, I have got one request. Those who are not participating, I'll request them to say something. They cannot be wrong. You have already heard all the discussions. You cannot be wrong. I'll request everybody to take part in the discussions.
Why it's not showing up? Sorry about that. Still not showing.
Prabhuji, it shows now. I think only when you, yeah,
Yeah, now it's showing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was not clicking the share button, you know. Okay, so this is the verse 4. Um, now, 2 or 3 things you need to watch out here, okay? Whatever the gopis change their mood all the time, there's a direct meaning and there's a hidden meaning, okay? You have to notice that. And how this Sanskrit language is a very interesting language, actually. It's deliberately ambiguous and compounded words, sometimes just 2 words, sometimes could be 4 or 5 words actually combined together. So you have to learn the rules of Sandhi to break apart, okay, to get the meaning of it. But when the Sandhi rules are deliberately are ambiguous, so depending upon the particular context that you want to interpret the words, and this science it's called actually hermeneutics, how to make a sense of scriptural statements, okay. In many of my courses I had to learn these hermeneutic principles. So here you are going to see that Srila Vishwanath, there are basically only 2 major comments that are now onwards we are going to be discussing, okay. One is Jiva Goswami and the other one is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Mostly it is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, but somewhere there's a distinction is made by Jiva Goswami, so that I tend to point it out to you, you know. So Jiva Goswami is the one who actually composed the original Sanskrit grammar. There are 8 adhyayas are there, 8 chapters are there. It's called Ashtadhyay, just like Panchadhyay, Rasalila. The Sanskrit grammar is actually composed by great Maharshi, Panini Maharshi, you know. But Jiva Goswami's specialty, he also composed Sanskrit grammar. In fact, you guys gave me the present for my 81st birthday. It's a huge volume, and I'm sure it must have taken a bundle to buy that, you know. So that he teaches the Sanskrit grammar from a devotional point of view. That's the highlight of it, you know. So here we are going to see the examples. Same Sanskrit words interpreted in 2 different ways, completely 180-degree apart. Okay, so that is what the hidden meaning of gopis. What they are saying is one, and the direct meaning. So they keep on continuing their moods differently, how they present themselves to Krishna. That is what I want like you to watch that. Okay, so here this 4th verse. So first 4 verses is the most important verse. Okay, then 5, 6, 7, 8, they are requesting Krishna to benedict them in 3 different specific ways that we will see, okay? And the 9th verse that we are going to, at the end of today's class, the 9th verse is basically, let's see actually what is actually showing, because I don't want to preempt the pleasure of that, okay? So this 4th verse, Rakshamata, can you sing that verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah.
न खलु गोपिका नन्दनो भवान् अखिल देहिना अन्तरात्मदृ विखन सार्थितो विश्वगुप्तये तख उदेवान् सात्वताङ्कुले.
Thank you,
Hare
Pramada.
Krishna.
Yeah. So you see in this word, na khalo gopika nandana bhavan. Gopika nandan, who is Gopika nandan now? Son of Gopi, right? Which Gopi?
Yashoda.
Yashoda,
Yeah. And who is the son we are referring?
Krishna.
Krishna, right? So what the gopis are saying here, na khalu, surely, certainly, and then the meaning is going to be changed in the hidden meaning merely, no? From certainly to merely, we'll see that. So the na khalu gopiko nandana bhavan. You are not the son. Na means refuting that. You are not the son of Yashoda Gopi. Okay, and they are going to interpret differently. We know you are the son of Gopi, Yashoda Gopi, and here they are saying that you are not. So this is a 180 turnaround. Many of the verses that we are going to talk about today is like that, in that spirit. Okay, according to our acharyas. And other thing that you will notice that each pada, there are 4 lines, right? But here the very first na, which negates what they are saying, okay, is not just true to first sentence only, first part of the verse. In fact, so direct meaning is true to that particular first sentence, okay, direct meaning. But the opposite meaning, hidden meaning that gopis are saying in a subtle mood, that na applies to all 4 lines. So let's see that. So na, the first line is very obvious, right? Na khalu. Khalu means surely, certainly, like that. Na khalu gopika nandano bhavan. Bhavan means you, Krishna. So they are saying that you are not, certainly you are not, you cannot be the son of Yashoda Gopi. Okay. And then there's Akhil Dehinam, Antara Atma Drak. Antaratma means inner soul, that is super soul. Okay. And Akhila, in everyone, Akhila means everyone, all living entities, heart, Krishna's expansion, super soul, Paramatma is situated. Okay. Then Vikina, Vikinasa, Artito, Vishwaguptaya. Vikinasa is actually referred to Lord Brahma. Okay. He is the one, when he was requested by Bhumi Devi to lower the burden of the demoniac souls, Rakshasas, demons. So she went to Lord Brahma in the form of a cow. Okay, that I told you yesterday also. So here Brahma is referred to here, who actually requested Lord Krishna to descend and take care of all these demoniac entities. Okay, so here he's saying that Vikanasa Artito, for the sake of to remove the burden of the bhumi. Okay, and so Vishwagupta. So when he requested, Gupta means secret. What did Brahma secretly told Krishna? He come outwardly to kill all the demons, right? To lower the uh, sinful burden on the on Mother Earth. Okay, but secretly said that if you come here on Earth, you keep your identity secret. Don't reveal your divine entity. Okay, why? Because when you show your divinity, then everybody is going to understand that you are the supreme God, and then everybody will become devotee. So entire creation would have no meaning to it. Okay. Then says Sakha. Sakha means Sakha is a friend. So Krishna is accepted the gopis as their Sakhis. So Krishna become a Sakha, right? The gopis. So now they're trying to please him actually, saying that you accepted us to be your friends. So Sakha Udiyavan, Suryodaya, कहते हैं Suryodaya, sunrise. So like that, when you came, it's like sun rising. And you are Satvata Kule. Kule means the dynasty, Kutumba, dynasty. Satvata means the one who devotee community. The Yadus, so Yadu dynasty and Yadu dynasties are great devotees of the Lord. Okay. So all these things are in a positive sense, you can take it, in a negative sense, you can take it. If this na is applied to all 4 sentences, everything is negative. But that's a hidden meaning. Direct meaning is the way it is given. Okay. So here the translation, you are certainly not the son of Gopi Yashoda. The same sentence, the way how you look at it, it completely turned around. Before they're saying that we know that you are the, when Sukadeva Goswami uttered the words, And Parikshit Maharaj is a little bit taken back because he wanted to feel Krishna is born in Mathura because of his Pandava and grandparents and so on like that. Here, Sukadeva Goswami indirectly is revealing here in Bhagavatam that Krishna was indeed born to Yashoda Maya. Okay, so gopis knew that. In fact, all Brajavasis never accepted the reality, the fact that Krishna was born in Mathura. Outwardly, that's what it seemed like. That only very confidential secret was there that he was born in Braja to bewilder Kamsa. That was the main idea. So here, initially, the Gopi said that we know that you are the son of Yashoda Gopi in Vraja, but now they are saying completely differently. And back and forth, the mind goes like that. Same certainly then becomes merely. You are not only son of Vraja, Yashoda Maya, they are saying that, but you are also everybody, you know? Yeah. So, oh friend, but rather the indwelling witness in the hearts of all embodied souls, because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe by being secret, your divinity, keep it secret. So not everybody will become a devotee, you know, because whole material world, Brahmaji was asked to do the secondary creation is mainly to those souls who develop materially oriented self-interest. That was the very reason why this material world was created. It was designed to give difficulties to realize that this material world is not their home. Their home is spiritual world. So this material world is like a training wheel to a bike, you know. So Brahmaji's whole purpose of material creation will have no meaning to it. So he had secretly made a request to Krishna, you keep your divinity hidden. You have now appeared in Satvata dynasty. So that's the direct meaning that you are actually belong to Yadu dynasty, and you, the Yadu dynasty, is a great devotee of you, you know. So look at, see how the two meanings are going to be different, how you interpret that Sanskrit verse, whether or not you apply this na for just the first sentence of the verse or the all four lines of the verse. When all four lines are applied, everything becomes negative. So now let's see the Acharya's revelation. Krishna is saying, so Krishna was a little taken back. In the first three verses we learned, and gopis actually accused him that look, people who are killed by weapons, then definitely that person is a murderer, right? But you are killing us by your glance. The way you look at us, that's what we miss. And we are being killed by that, you know. Now you are not showing yourself up, you know. So now they're saying, so Krishna was taken back. So that means they're accusing him that you are the murderer of not only man but woman, worse than that. And that also not one or two, but thousands, millions of that, millions of us, gopis, you are killing us, you know. So Krishna was taken back that you are accusing me of a murderer of millions of women. So I'm committing a lot of sinful acts and all these things, you know. That's horrible thing that you're telling me. I'm so mad, I'm not going to come back ever again, you know. So now the gopis were realizing that there's a apparent pain was there in Krishna's face. Now, of course, this is all imagination. Krishna was not there within the vicinity, okay? They're all imagining things. And then Krishna is saying that, so he's saying to the gopis, so they're imagining that what Krishna is saying to them. So they become too angry and everything. So now they're realizing their fault, their mistake. So they don't want to displease Krishna because Krishna threatened that I will not come back again ever. So now they are going to sort of lower their anger and they're going to change the meaning of their verse, you know. So you have called me a murderer of women and betrayer of faith. You said that I want to kill millions of gopis and that if I do not come and meet with you, I will have to suffer all sort of sinful reactions. Why do you speak such cruel words to me? I am leaving this place immediately and will not return in this lifetime. Again, I'm repeating, it's not Krishna is saying this thing. It's in the mind of the gopis. Okay. So now we'll go each of the lines of those verses. Na khalu gopika nandana bhavan means you are not the son of Yashoda Gopi. So fearing that Krishna will not return in this lifetime, Gopi's anger subsided, and they spoke this particular verse. It says Akhila Dehinam Antaratma Drak. So they are actually saying that no, Krishna, out of our great love, we misspoke. Okay, we didn't mean that way. Uh, you are actually the super soul situated in everyone's heart who awards the results of one's karma. So that's what it's true. It's given in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna himself says that I am the super soul, I am the overseer, everything is known to me, what the living entity is doing, and sanctioning authorities within me. I give the award or punishment to all the karmas or vikarmas, but completely a neutral bhava. He is not anything doing actively in that, remaining neutral. The gopis' moods constantly change. They are still going to criticize, but in a subtle way now. Openly, they don't want to displease him. But what is the subtle way? What they want to tell him that if you were really born to Yashoda Maya, and Yashoda Maya is so kind and compassionate to everyone, but you are not. Look at that, how much you are killing us, And you are obviously not, you don't belong to Yadu dynasty or Satvata. Those are great devotees. None of the qualities that we see is in you. So this is subtle prick, okay? Not openly, but in a hidden way, they are saying that. So you are Paramatma. They address Krishna as Paramatma, as their friend. They are, in fact, subtly criticizing him. They are saying that we know you are merely, in place of actually, for emphasis, the son of Yashoda. So gopis knew, of course, that he's the son of Yashoda Maya, So hiddenly they are saying that we know you are not merely the son of Yashoda, but you are also the super soul, Paramatma, to make him little happy, So in place of actually, certainly, they are sort of lowering their accusation. So you are not only versus certainly the son of Yashoda, being your intimate friend, blinded to us to your real identity. However, for this reason, we think you cannot be the son of Yashoda because your nature, the kind of nature you possess, cruel nature, you cannot be born to Yashoda Maya. How you corrupt us, and you don't detect any single particle of our virtues within you. And then, so this no, now it's applying everywhere, okay? Na antaratma drak. So you are the super soul, but you cannot be super soul either, because super soul is a friend. Surudam sarva bhutanam. You are obviously not our friend. Neither can you be super soul sarva tattvata. Why not? Because of your attitude for not being our friend, not from Yadu dynasty, Yadu devotee. Otherwise, how could you cause us so much pain and suffering? Better you return to us to deserve the lofty designations. When Brahmaji asked you, come as a super soul to help everyone and everything, we are also part of the jana, all these things. So you should be helping us also, but you are not. See the double meaning they are saying that, according to Acharyas. So this actually we discussed, the slide got mixed up. So Saratoji took that slide also. The verse encapsulates the complex emotional dynamics between Krishna and the gopis. So did I miss the slide? Why the second slide is a blank? Okay, so this slide we already discussed, so let's move on that. I got about 25 slides to go. So this is the key thematic elements and their philosophical significance. Duality of divine nature. In what way the duality is there? So gopis recognize Krishna not only as the son of Yashoda, so they know, of course, he's the son of Yashoda, but also as this super soul Paramatma. This duality highlights the complex nature of divinity, how the transcendental God can simultaneously engage in intimate relationship while being the omnipresent witness of all beings. This understanding suggests that divinity is not limited to a singular form or identity, but encompasses various aspects of that cater or that foster to the needs of devotees. So whatever the devotees needs, Super Soul uh, 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 allows that. Critique of divine indifference. The gopis challenge Krishna's apparent indifference. Remember, Krishna is the one who summoned them to come in the middle of the night, and then he was saying that now you go back. This is not right for you. This place doesn't belong to you. So this is kind of showing an indifference. So they're going to criticize that also. So they question how one can embody a compassion and love can remain unaffected by the distress of his devotees. We are your devotees, and you are causing so much pain to us, by suddenly disappearing from our vision. This critique serves as a philosophical inquiry into the nature of divine compassion versus human emotion, prompting discussions about the relationship between the divine. So again, this is the whole crux of the discussion is taking place. This is a love between not a young boy and a young girl, but this is the living entity, Atma and Paramatma. That is what this whole discussion is taking place. So philosophical identity. The gopis insisted that Krishna cannot solely the son of Yashoda because of his extraordinary qualities raise questions about identity and the nature of the divine. So I showed you the incompatibility. If he's son of Yashoda, then he should be like Yashoda Maya, very compassionate. How could he cause such suffering to them? So the role of devotion, again, that's the same argument is there. Again, so those first four, now the remaining 3, 5, 6, 7. So these philosophical themes emphasize or stresses the richness of relationship between the divine and the devotee. So again, the whole thing, the relation between the gopis and Krishna, that love, divine love, is between a devotee and the Supreme Lord. You have to think from that point of view. The acharyas are stressing that point repeatedly throughout, because to mundane people's vision, whole this thing looks like a kind of a mundane love affair. It's nothing like that. Inviting deeper exploration of love, identity, and the nature of the cosmos, the universe. They reflect the complexity of bhakti and the human experience, illustrating how intimacy with the divine can coexist with profound philosophical inquiry. Now, again, don't forget, these gopis are eternal concepts of Krishna. Okay, so if Krishna is enjoying with them, that's his right. They are his eternal consort, and he's the supreme enjoyer. But we are also like that, meant to be enjoyed because we are part of Prakriti. Prakriti is feminine. Okay, so even in his male body, we are also we need to serve Krishna for his enjoyment. and his enjoyment is prema, devotional love, the cosmic responsibility. The gopis, so this is about Brahma, that portion of it. Brahma requested him to come and take away the demons of this universe, but at the same time, don't reveal your divinity, otherwise everybody will become devotee. So Madhurya versus Aishwarya, okay, and this we are constantly saying in the 10th canto. To the Brajbasis, Aishwarya is taking a back seat, but nonetheless, when it's needed, Krishna does not hesitate to use his Aishwarya, okay, killing demons or saving Brajbasis from the dangers and so on like that, like Kaliya, lifting Govardhan, all that we saw that's a superhuman act. So he does that. So here, in what context is given here, the distinction between intimate loving relationship, Madhurya, and awe-spurring manifestation of divinity, Aishwarya, is very significant. The gopis embody the spirit of Madhurya in their personal interaction with Krishna. Now notice that very clearly, okay? Where the Madhurya is there and where the Aishwarya is there. Because when you talk about super soul, there's an Aishwarya element of Aishwarya comes there. Gopis embody the spirit of Madhurya in their personal interaction with Krishna, contrasting with the more formal approach of Aishwarya. This distinction enriches the understanding of devotion, suggesting that the true connection with the divine transcends mere reverence and involves deep emotional engagement. So Aishwarya is always subdermally hid behind the prema, always between gopis and Krishna. Even not only gopis, whole Brajbasis, even Sakhya Rasa, Vatsila Rasa, and so on like that. But they also knew Krishna's Aishwarya because they saw them in their own eyes when Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill and so on like that. They knew that, but still their prema was overtaking what they saw as Aishwarya in Krishna. So when they said to Nanda Baba, many Gopas, when reported to Gopa that we cannot accept your Krishna being your just son, he must be a god or something like that. He is no ordinary child. So Nanda Baba smilingly told them, chastised them, he cannot be God. But look at God never cries. God never becomes angry. But my son, when he wants something, he steals butter, and he wants something that when he doesn't want what he wants, then he becomes angry and all these things. Can God behave like that? So he is like, so what they knew that he's Narayana Sama. He's like Lord Narayana. So Lord Narayana's Shakti power is coming through him, But he is not God. Nanda Baba never believed that he is God, Although he saw all the opulence and everything when he went to Varuna Loka and things like that. The nature of suffering. The passage highlights the suffering in separation is a profound experience that leads to spiritual awakening. So this is what happens. Not just gopis and Krishna, but even we devotees and Krishna, that what we need, the whole purpose why we are here is to awaken our spiritual entity. We are spiritual by nature, okay? That's the truth. That's the reality. But because of our bodily sense gratification, all these things, we are submerging that and we succumbed to bodily demands. And Krishna is here teaching us all the time in the even material world because he is the super soul within us. He constantly is telling us that watch out, you'll fall down, ditches ahead of you. So he is always trying to take us back to spirituality. Okay, so that is about verse 4. Gopis are submerging their anger, but they are not even hesitating to subtly criticize him, subtly, very mild way. Okay. So here, now what the fifth verse. Virichita Bhayam Vrishni Dhuryate. Vrishni is the dynasty. Vrishni died. There are 3-4 different dynasties are there, okay, in Yadus. So he is the hero of the Dhurya, means hero. Virchita Bhayam Vishnu Dhuryate Charanam Iyusham Samsuter Bhayat. The Kasara, which is Karasaraham Kanta Kamadam. Kanta means he is the lover, loving sense, it says that. So what the gopis are saying, that because you are here and you are the super soul, so we surrender unto you. Please place your lotus hands, kara means hands, to our head, okay? And when that happens, you bless us, then we recover from this pain of separation from you. That's basically they are saying that then you actually give us all the happiness and everything like that. You bless us, So that's what they are saying that. And this kamadam, this great feelings. Now they are saying lust, but it's not lust really, okay, So they want to say that this feeling, this we have for you, this is troubling us, this is killing us. So you quiet them, reduce them like that by placing your hand on our head. That so now there 5, 6, 7, 8 is all benediction. So this is the first benediction they are asking. You place your hands on our head, okay? So that will be blessing for us, okay? And then they are asking that you place your lotus feet on our breast. Basically, it's not just breast. Below the breast is the heart, and heart is where the kama, lusty feelings are there. Means we are suffering in pain of separation from you. The prema is there, and that is suffering us. So you really take care of that. So by placing your lotus feet, because when somebody takes a shelter of the Supreme Lord Krishna's lotus feet, the lotus feet has so much potency that it takes care of all our sufferings in material world, and we become qualified to go back to spiritual world. So that's what they are praying for that. Okay? The third thing that we are going to see, so three things, right? First, place your hands on our head, okay, to give us a blessing. Second, place your lotus feet on our breast, on the heart, to calm down our feelings, this kind of that's suffering us because of that. The third thing, let us taste the amrita, adhara amrita. Adhara means the lips, the nectar of your lips. Please let us taste that. So to kiss them. Again, material people, when they are here kissing and everything, they think mundane sex. Again, there's no sex in that, okay? So, oh best of the Vrishnis, Vrishna Dhurya, your lotus-like hand, Kara. So it's like very much like Lakshmi Devi, they're saying. When you took Lakshmi Devi's hand in yours, in marriage, you married Lakshmi Devi and you took care of her. Same way, you also place your hand, on us. So that means you take completely under your shelter to us. Okay. So they're saying grant fearlessness when we surrender unto you, and when you place your hands on our head, that means bhaya, everything is gone. Samsruta bhaya. Samsruta means is the material existence. Abhaya, you comes from because of fearlessness, developed from that. So they're asking about that. You take the feet out of a fear of a material existence. Or lover, this is the Kanta. Kanta is lover, please place that wish fulfilling lotus hand in our head, on our heads. So here the Acharya's comments. The gopis are saying, "Oh dear, most beloved," Kanta means beloved. "Oh you whose lotus hand fulfill all desires." Kamada. Da means giving. Okay. Kama means desires. We are now extremely frightened They are saying we are frightened means here it's a samsrute bhayat. So all this fear that we are afraid of is please take it away. So virichitam bhayam. Charanam iyusham samsritas bhayat. Charanam means your lotus feet. Okay. So if someone takes full shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he places his liberal hand on that person's head. So when we go to the temple, to the deities, when we pay Sashtang Dandavat Pranam, we lower our head. That's where actually Krishna gives that blessing to us. Whenever we offer, we surrender ourselves, Krishna is very merciful. He overlooks all our things. All the sinful acts gets abolished by that. Tat kshanat, it says. Now, tat kshanat, you have to understand a little bit with a grain of salt. Tat kshanat means not in the very second, because all these sinful activities have been taking up for many, many lifetimes, not this lifetime, many, many lifetimes. But now, the moment you started taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, okay, all that beginning of taking care of all the sinful acts and coming to the spiritual platform, this takes place within just this lifetime, maybe, or two, So that compared to the whole millions of lifetimes, it is like tat shana, immediate within the seconds. So that process begins right there. And it continues, it never stops that. Once you come to Bhakti platform, that continues. So Charanasam Yusham Samshrutir Bhayat. If someone takes full shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he places a liberal hand on that person's head. Then automatically that person becomes fearless, Abhaya. In fact, Krishna's another name is Bhaya Hari. He takes away the fear of material existence. Kanta Kamadam, then you are the lover, and Kamadam, that means you actually take away all the feelings that we have, that kind of material desires and everything that becomes quieted down. Oh, beloved, you fulfill all desires. So please keep your lotus hand on our head. So Krishna is saying, since you spoke in anger of pure love, so before he was angry, right? That you're blaming me, all this thing and everything. But now I understand all this thing you did out of pure love for me. Okay. So I'm very pleased by that, he said. I'm going to give you a benediction. So that will continue that. So that's the reason why the gopis are asking for benedictions. You put your hand on, hence the verse 5 by the gopis, if you put your hand on our heads, the burning fire of karma will disappear from our hearts. But not only that, we will no longer feel separation from you. So Krishna is saying, you say you want me to protect you from karma, okay? Then why you are asking me to place my hands on your head? Because karma desire, material desires come from the heart. Okay, so let me put my hands on your breast. So they are saying, no, Krishna, no. Look at, you took hands of Lakshmi Devi, okay, and Lakshmi Devi takes shelter of your lotus feet. And if you were trying to put your hands on Lakshmi Devi's breast, then she would not allow you to do that. So please place your hands on our head. We want blessings from you. So that is the 5th verse, okay? So now they are calming down, but subtly it is there. Number 6. Again, they are going to ask the second benediction now. First benediction they asked, place your hands on our head. Now they are going to ask these things now. Place your lotus feet on our breast. So here, Vrajajana, Vrajajan, Vrajbasis. Vrajajana Arti Hana. Artha means the sufferings. Hana means to subside that. So you have come in Vraja to take away all the difficulties of the Brajavasis. And we are part of Brajavasis. Why we are suffering? You take our fear also away, our suffering also away. Why you are letting us suffer. All the Brijvasis are, you are showing mercy to them. And we are part of Brajvasi. Veer means you are the hero, Yoshita. Nija Jana, your own people. Nija Jana Maya Dvamsa. Dvamsa means something to kill, take it away. Dvamsa Sana Smita. Bhaja Sakhe. So again, we are worshipping, oh friend. Sakha means friend. So much more Atmiyata is there, much more intimacy is there. Bhavat Kinkari. Kinkar means very insignificant servant. We are your very insignificant servant. Na Jala Ruhan Ananam. Jala means it is referred to as lotus. The lotus grow in this water, right? Ananam means the face. Okay, so your lotus-like face, so beautiful. Charu means very beautiful. Darshaya, please show your lotus feet to us. O you who destroyed the suffering of Braja's people, O hero of all women, your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. So you take away the false pride. Because remember, you left us from Rasalila because we developed the pride that we control you. That was our fault. And that's why to take the false pride away from us, you disappeared. Now please reappear. Please, dear friend, Sakha, please accept us as your maid servants. So now we are very, very insignificant maid servants of you. Okay. But at the same time, they're asking Sakha also. We are servant, but we are also, because you accepted us as your friend. So show us your beautiful lotus feet. How you can do that? By reappearing in front of us. So in separation from Krishna, the gopis feel his presence. They ponder every minute minute aspect of their meeting with him. And so doing, they experience him fully. When they are with him, they forget their experience. They lose their feeling of being united with him internally. Withdrawing from external consciousness and associating with him internally. So this is what they are still in separation. But in separation also they are feeling closeness with Krishna. Because only in separation you think about the person you're separated from. When you're with him not. So much more closeness, proximity you feel when your beloved is away from you. So withdrawing from and that is precisely the objective of Krishna. Withdrawing from external consciousness and associating with him internally. So now you make an internal connection. External means physical proximity. Internal connection when you do when the person is out of your sight. And there you miss him more. More you miss him, the more you develop proximity. Nourishes the desire for meeting him. So desire to meet him, they prajulit. So that lamp is getting get lit. Also nourishes the actual experience of meeting him, as if you're directly physically meeting him. Even though you're not meeting him physically, but you experience the feeling that he is in front of you. But when he's really in front of you, you see him not there. Prema Vaichitya. Braja Janarti. Arti means suffering. You take away the suffering. Hana means kill. You take away the suffering of the Brajbasis. You destroy the suffering of all the residents of Braja Jana, and the sufferings of people in general. Yet, although we are also Braja Jana, you are giving us distress. Why is it so? It's not fair. We have seen you remove the distress of everyone else in Vrindavan. So why not ours too also you take away the difficulties? Veera means hero. Yoshitam. Nija Jana Smaya Dvamsana. Dvamsa means, like I said, take it away, kill it. No, Smita. So with these words, the gopis allude to their karma. which is blazing like fire. So they are suffering from the separation from him. So here the kama is not just material desire, material attraction. Kama here, you have to understand, is to desire to see him, desire to have his association. That is troubling that, they are killing that. So you take away that pain from our heart. What they are saying that. When you say kama dhamma means that suffering from him, the pain, suffering out of because of their great love, pranaya, sneha. That is what killing them. So that kind of karma you take away from us. Bhaja Shakhe Bravat Kinkara. So we are your very, very maids, very, very insignificant. Kinkara means insignificant servant of you. So please be merciful to us. At the same time, they are addressing him as Sakha also to show us their nearness, closeness to their heart, Krishna's heart. You completely devoted maid servants, so please fulfill our desire. Their desire is to please show us yourself within our sight. Please come back. Nija, Nija means your own. Nija Jala, Jala means the lotus. Jara, Aruna, Ananam, so your lotus-like face. Charu Darshe, Darshe means please show us your beautiful face to us. Please show us your beautiful lotus face. There were two reasons Krishna left. Remember, first reason, of course, to curb, to control the gopis' pride, but they were getting that Krishna dancing all with me only, no one else. Radharani saw everyone. Each gopi thought that the Krishna is with her only. Radharani did so. Krishna was dancing rapidly with everyone, and that's why she did. So Krishna had two purposes. One purpose to curb the pride of the gopis, and second, to go after Radharani, who left before Rasa Leela, and to really appease her mana. That's the reason Krishna left, the Rasa Leela. So longing and devotion in the separation. So this verse captures the profound emotions experienced by the gopis in their separation from Krishna. The longing highlights the depth of their devotion and the intricate dynamics of love and desire that define their relationship with him. The gopis reflect on the paradox of their feelings. So again, paradox means opposing things. They are mildly criticizing him. At the same time, they're trying to appease him also. So they don't want to lose him. They don't want to anger him. They experience a heightened awareness of him. Yet, when they are in his presence, they are often swept away by the joy of union, momentarily forgetting their longing. So that's the reason why Krishna creates this Vipralamba. When you meet, all desires are fulfilled. Okay. So desire भी एक अधूरापन जो है उसमें, there is the one which keeps that desire alive, the spiritual desire. And that's why Krishna, this divine love is always half fulfilled, half tasted, half fulfilled. So that desire is constantly alive all the time. The concept of separation, Vipralamba, becomes a vital aspect of their devotion, suggesting that the pain of longing enhances their love and connection with Krishna. So ultimately, Krishna also wants to be with them, but he creates this kind of separation feeling to increase the longing for him all the time. This is the recurring theme all the time throughout this Gopi Geetam. This emotional tension is not merely a source of suffering, it is what enriches. See that the positive aspect of the suffering that enriches their experiences and gives rise to their most elevated sentiments. Sentiments for whom? Sentiments for Krishna. The union between Atma and Paramatma, union between devotee and the God, the supreme guard, supreme personal guard. The yogi's expressions of distress level reveal a deep understanding of their unique position as devotees. See that theme is again keep repeating all the time. Don't forget gopis as lovers of Krishna. Always think gopis great devotees of the Lord. In devotional bhava, they are showing their prema. Okay? Of course, it's a conjugal prema. Nonetheless, the prema is there between the soul and Paramatma. Though their words, they also highlight the playful and sweet exchanges between them and Krishna, illustrating that love is not just about the physical presence, but also about the emotional and spiritual connection. That is what the real love is there. The longing, the great hunger for that prema, that is the ultimate objective in this thing. It transcends time and space. That which transcends the time and space is what? It tells you that it's not a material platform, it's on spiritual platform. Because matter, material world is the beginning and end. Spiritual happiness, spiritual longing, there is no beginning, no end. It's just eternal. There's only present tense. In spiritual world, there is no past tense, there is no future tense, always present tense. The gopis desire, so there is a time there, spiritual, but its effect is not there in spiritual world. The gopis' desire for Krishna to serve them further illustrate the mutual giving and receiving inherent in the relationship, where both parties are continually seeking to please one another. Krishna also reciprocates. Don't forget that. Just as much Radha loves Krishna, Krishna also loves her that much. Even though apparent reason he might be going to the rival gopis, but in Radha Tattva we learned that Radha knew that even Krishna is in Chandravali's home, spending the night there, but he is constantly thinking about me only. And that's what actually happened. We saw that in Chandravali's home, in the night he was with Chandravali, and he started speaking Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. You know. Same way in Dwarka, that also we saw that in Dwarka also constantly he was thinking about Radha, and all the queens were wondering what's going on. So they created that. We saw that in that course we did that. They created a mini Vrindavan right there in Dwarka. Ultimately, this verse encapsulate the essence of bhakti. What is the essence of bhakti? A loving devotion that flourishes in both union and separation. See that? Union and separation, Vipralamba and Sambhoga, they are the two sides of the coin. You flip the coin back and forth like that. They are inseparable. The joy of union is there within separation. A loving devotion that flourishes in both. So it's like visa, getting a need to travel to a foreign country, you need a visa, right? So in order to get union, the visa is in the form of separation. Between Krishna and his devotees, the gopis' longing and playful commands serve as a reminder of the depth of their love. The deeper the separation, much more deeper is love. Love is getting stronger and stronger and stronger when there is separation. Only in separation you miss the feeling of missing your beloved. That is the depth of your love. खाना खाते हैं हम लोग स्वादिष्ट खाना जो हमें बहुत पसंद है. It's the particular item व्यंजना that love it very much. As long as it is there in our mind, there's a constant longing for that food, right? I love pizza, and my wife won't allow pizza because of my heart problem, So only once in a couple months I get to eat pizza. But the constant constant thinking of pizza all the time, that is there. Look at this. In a material world, I'm living, being activity, and still I'm thinking about pizza. It's amazing. The mood of separation there again. This is the same repetition of that. Okay, let's get to the verse 7 now. Pranata dehinam papa karshanam. Trana chara anugam. Trana means the grass. Chara means grazing. Who is grazing the grass? That's cows. And who is after the cows, taking care of them, is Krishna. So that's what they're saying, that you are always following your cows, Sri Niketanam. Niketanam means the abode. And Sri is Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi's abode is your lotus feet, So Pani Pradhan Arpitam, there's Kali, a snake, on whose hood, Pani means hood, multiple hoods, 1,000 hoods. On that hoods you were dancing, you left your footprint on Kalia. Okay. Te pada ambujam. Ambujam means lotus, your lotus feet. Imprint of that, you put it on the Kalia's hoods, servants. So that's the same with Krunu. Krunu Kucheshu means the breast, Na Kandi Richa Ichayam. So here, your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls. So that's the potency of Krishna's lotus feet. That's why in Bhakti we always pray. Our eyesight is always, when we go to the temple, our eyesight should be not directly at the face. You start at the Krishna's lotus feet. Then upward you go. Whenever you go to the temple, that's how Prabhupada said that you should see Krishna all the time. You begin your sight at Krishna's lotus feet and gradually go upward, So here also is like that. In this verse, the glorification is Krishna's lotus feet. So this is the second benediction they're asking for. First benediction, we already saw that, right? Place your hands, lotus hands, on our head. Okay. So we seek your shelter. And now they are saying they are glorifying his lotus feet. So once we submit ourselves, you place your lotus feet on our heart. That means on our breast. That's actually what their meaning is, their heart. Where this constant desire is troubling them so much, you subside them, So that's how powerful his lotus feet are there. That is given in this verse. Because what happened? Pranata Dehinam. Pranata means surrendering. When we surrender ourselves, all the sinful acts beginning to vanish. Papa Kashanam is completely gone. And just like the cows you follow, grazing cows, and Sri Devi, Lakshmi Devi, whose also abode is your lotus feet. Okay, so that and same lotus feet left imprint on the hoods of Kalia. So same way you also place your lotus feet on our breast. Okay, then all the conditions, all the troubling things in my heart, bhayam, everything is gone, will be gone. So those feet follow the cows in the pastures. So everywhere throughout these 4 lines is the glorification of Krishna's lotus feet. And what it does when you take shelter of that lotus feet. All the sinful acts will go, all the sufferings will end, everything will end, And those feet follow the cows in the pastures and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the Kaliya serpent, please place them upon our breast and tear away the lust in our heart. So they are very humble. There is no lust. Their prema is there. But their prema in their separation from Krishna is a blazing fire in their heart. So they wanted Krishna's lotus feet placing there to extinguish the fire of separation in from their heart. Pranata dehinam papa karshanam. Pranata means surrendering. Your lotus feet remove all kinds of sinful reactions. And for those embodied beings who are surrendered to them, again and again, they glorify the virtues of his lotus feet, the potency of surrendering to Krishna's lotus feet. Trana charu anugam, that is cows. Krishna's lotus feet always following, running after the cows in the forest of Vrindavan. Sri Niketan, the abode of Krishna, Lakshmi Devi, is also his lotus feet. And then Kaliya snake, also he left imprints while dancing on the hoods of Kaliya. So throughout this verse is the glorification of his lotus feet. And what's the result of that when you take shelter of that lotus feet? All the sinful acts, the suffering elements in this material world, material existence will go away. Seventh verse, Gopi Gita. Krana kuchesu nah prindhi re achayam. Please place your lotus feet on our heart and thus destroy our heart disease. That's kama. The heart disease is this desires on the material plane. But of course, Gopi's desire is all spiritual. So ordinary people imagine the Gopis appear to be born of mundane lust, but that's not there. Or for the reason Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur realizes the divine nature of their immaculate love. So look at the rati. Rati means attachment for Krishna. There are three kinds of rati. We learned in the previous course. Radha Tattva also we learned. Ordinary rati, sadharan rati is kubja. But actually that kubja's rati is also not actually sadharan or ordinary, because she desired to enjoy the company of Krishna. That's why she wanted him to come and spend a night with her, But she wanted from Krishna, not from Kamsa, even though she was the servant of Kamsa. So her sadharanati also you have to think like that. And the next level of attachment, higher level, is this Samanjasa, that is the queens of Dwarka. Why? Of course, they love Krishna also very much, but their love was divided because each of the queens had 10 sons and each of them had one daughter. And there are 16,108 queens, so their love was divided. So it's not completely, totally. Whereas Gopi's love is Samartha. Samartha means capable. Their love was capable of satisfying the Lord, Krishna, completely under control, So that's why they're called Samartha, the topmost. Their only desire is to please Krishna. And by Krishna receiving the pleasure, then it is their pleasure. So their love is supreme. Radhika said that and this is again I've taken it from Radha Tattva. I know that Krishna is debauchee. Debauchee means womanizer. And that sometimes he wants to meet with other gopis. Despite that, I want only his pleasure. If Krishna is enjoying with Chandravali, that's fine with me. Radha said that, I do not want my own. My only pleasure is coming from him, to making him happy. That's what Radha herself said that, in Radha Tattva. Okay, the deep devotional connection between Krishna and the gopis. This verse illustrates the profound, intricate relationship between the gopis and Lord Krishna, highlighting their selfless devotion and the depth of their love. The gopis express their desire for Krishna to place his lotus feet upon their breast, and appealing to his compassion and the purifying quality of his divine presence. So again, the potency and glorification of his lotus feet is all that our Acharya is saying that. So I'm going to skip. Okay, since last 10 minutes are remaining, I'm going to finish. So some important information is coming up, okay? So again, selfless love, prema, divine love, that's coming from a different angles. So here the gopis' love for Krishna is characterized by selflessness. That's the highlight of gopis' love. And that's why they are known as Samartharati, capable of pleasing Krishna. They desire Krishna's happiness above their own and do not seek personal gratification. This highlights the concept of bhakti philosophy, that the highest form of love is to give pleasure to your beloved, not to receive pleasure from your beloved. That is the fundamental distinction of divine love versus love on the material plane. Purity of devotion. Now, this you notice that I have underlined this thing, highlighted that. The passage illustrates that the gopis are free from lust. Keep repeating that theme. You should never think this interaction with gopis and Krishna, even though it seems like that, it is always on the transcendental plane. Because just like Krishna is all spiritual, he does not have material body. Same way, the gopis also totally spiritual, all spiritual. They are also eternal youth. They never age, after reaching that youthful age. So that's a clear sign they are not on the material platform. So the passage illustrates that the gopis are free from lust, which is often conflated with love in material context. So that is the ignorance, those who think like that. But even then, you must constantly hear this Panchadhyay, because that purifies them eventually. Their devotion is of higher nature, where even the notion of personal happiness is absent. And now this is the underlying. You have to really memorize this line. This distinction between divine love and material desire is crucial in bhakti philosophy, wherein pure devotion, Shuddha Bhakti, is recognized as a means to transcend material attachment. So, एक thorn निकालने के लिए, you need another thorn. One thorn that's stuck in your sole of your feet. In order to take it out, extract it out, you need another thorn, right? Poison kills poison. So this is what that same theme is here, that this distinction between divine love and material desire is crucial in bhakti philosophy, where the pure devotion is recognized as a means to transcend material attachments. That constantly, when you take shelter of Krishna and constantly you are hearing Krishna Katha, even this Panchadhyay, where their most confidential pastime, intimate relationship with the divine couple, okay, you constantly hear that itself work like as a thorn to extract out of the thorn of material desire within our heart. That's why I underline that. Thorn removes thorn. Poison kills poison. Snake poison, snake venom, they built from there, they convert into vaccines, right? So when somebody gets bitten by a poisonous snake, cobra, then the life is saved. Divine interaction with playfulness. The gopis' love for Krishna, when seen through mundane lens, often misconstrued as lust. So this is the problem, and that's why our acharyas many times warn us that don't discuss this confidential pastime those who are not devotees. But nonetheless, why it is given publicly, openly, so that when you hear, and this theme is going to come up in the last few verses that we are going to discuss in just a few moments only, in the next 5 minutes. What does it do that actually? We are going to see right now. Let's go to that. Divine interaction and playfulness. The gopis' love for Krishna, when seen through mundane lens, often misconstrued as lust. But there is a gulf of difference between material lust and divine love. Their devotion is of higher nature. So even though it's most confidential pastimes, and Acharyas warn us not to discuss in the mundane public, but nonetheless it's given here. Why? So then you present it in such a way, gradually you expose them and gradually purify them. And when they keep hearing that itself will work as a catalyst. and come to spiritual platform. And that is the potency of Krishna Bhakti. As Durvasa Muni said that, exactly the same thing, that more and more you hear about Krishna and his eternal loving relationship, most confident relationship with the gopis and Srimati Radharani, then that is purifying our heart. You know. But that point is coming up very soon. That's what the gopis are saying actually towards the end. The power of Krishna's lotus feet. Okay, that we have already seen that. Separation, longing, we have seen enough. Philosophical discussion, sin, identity, and cosmic hierarchy. That was all we seen. Okay, now this is verse 8. Madhuraya gira valgu vakyeya. Your speech, whatever you speak, is so attractive. And Krishna is Vaka Chatura, you know. Madhuraya means in Madhurya Rasa, you know. Buddha Managnya Pushkarane Rakshana Ikshana Vidhi Karira Iba Veera Muhyatira Adhara Sidhuda. So now the third benediction they're asking. First benediction is the place your hands on our head. Second benediction is place your lotus feet on our heart, breast. The third one they're asking that please let us taste the nectar of your lips. Okay. And what is the potency of that? That's what's coming out in this verse. O lotus-eyed one, your sweet voice, Vakya, and charming words, Gira, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, Veera. Please revive your maid servants, Kinkaris, the previous word said that, right? With the nectar of your lips. You know, again, the people who are in the mundane world, they will translate as a passionate kiss, but that's not it is. You know, Madhurya Gira, that the first line, okay, that Acharya is explaining, the gopis tell Krishna, whatever you utter is exceedingly sweet. And Krishna's smile is sweet. You know that's the prayer, the Madhurashtakam. Everything is Madhura. Everything that Krishna does is sweet. Madhurashtakam. I love it that someday I'm going to request Raksha Mataji to sing that Madhurashtakam. With your words are enchanting. Valga, that's enchanting. Vidhi means the procedure, means order, and Vidhi career means obedient maid servant. By these words, the gopis say, we will do everything you tell us to do. Mohitir means has the same root as the word moha, illusion, meaning illusion. As soon as the person is in illusion, he cannot distinguish between good and bad, reality and that which is not reality. You know, and at times he cannot even function properly under that kind of bewilderment. The gopis spellbound by Krishna's sweet words. So they're giving comparison how gopis become bewildered by Krishna's Vaka Chaturta. You know, very charming way he used to speak. You know. His smile is charming. Everything is sweet. As soon as a person is in illusion, he cannot distinguish. But here, this illusion is different kinds of illusion. This is a spiritual illusion that takes us away from material world. The gopis, spellbound by Krishna's sweet words, now thirst for the nectar of his lips. But Krishna's words are also why they're saying lips. The words are coming from the lips, right? That's what it is. What do the people, gopis, really want? Are they begging Krishna to speak further? So Purva Raga is coming up. You know, Purva Raga, again, we have discussed so much, so I'll pass on. Adhara Siddhu, Agara Siddhu na apayesh. Now they pray ointment. So this generally the ointment you applied, right? Locally, right? But here they want that actually to drink. Ointment is this nectar of his lips to drink that, you know. which is applied externally, that will not do in this case. We need to drink the remedy that will cure us. If you do not give us the nectar of your lips, we will surely die. This will encapsulate the deep emotions and sentiments of the gopis toward Krishna. So again, this is all, you can read that. I jump on to the verse 9 actually. So we have seen the three benedictions. Remember that they're asking. And what is the potency of those benedictions? Krishna's lotus hands, Krishna's lotus feet, and Krishna's lips, the nectar from his lips, the sweet way he talks. The last verse. Ta katha amritam. Ta katha means Krishna katha. Again, here you are going to see the duality. Okay. What is the direct meaning? What is the hidden meaning? Again, how you interpret this verse, how you break the sandhis, completely 180-degree difference. Tava kathamrita trapta jivanam. So your Krishna katha is so much beneficial. Trapta jivanam. It gives the satisfaction of this life. Kave bhira iditam. Kalmasha apaham. Kalmasha means all the difficulties of sinful reactions. That will be gone completely, Shravana Mangalam, hearing that. Srimad Atatam. Bhuvi Gridanti Ye Bhuri da Jana. So the nectar of your words. So again, this glorification of his lotus feet, the lotus lips actually, and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering. So both your pastimes, all your acts, everything, what you say, everything about you is so sweet, are the life and the soul of those who are suffering. All our sufferings ends by simply keep hearing that. And I've been hearing and saying for last about 30 years, 25, 30 years, And that is now spread in Rome throughout my body. And why? Even though I have so much study pressure, and still I spend time so many hours and hours doing this PowerPoints and studying this thing. And this stress is banging on my heart, my mind all the time. My heart is constantly in stress. But somehow I don't understand why. But Krishna is keeping me busy in doing this thing as a much higher priority than those things, these academic courses. Sometimes, I don't know, somehow or other I cannot explain. Krishna is keeping me busy in this only. The nectar of words, your words, and the description of your activities are the. Tomorrow I got a Sanskrit test. Less than now, it's about tomorrow, 9 o'clock my time is going to start. The test. It's barely about less than 24 hours, and I have not done anything yet. And still I got 90+%, 96% I got not. It's just amazing. Krishna is doing everything for me. As long as I do this, prepare PowerPoints, give these classes to you, and he takes care of my personal things. See, I'm really telling you, it's amazing thing, really amazing. I can't figure it out how it does, but somehow he is keeping me busy doing this thing only. And the kind of enjoyment I get here, I cannot get enjoyment anywhere else. Anything else that I do, I have to do. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions. See that? Everything we do for Krishna is going to take care of all the very reasons why we are here and taking us from material to spiritual platform gradually. To the extent that we serve him, is everything is taken care. Tava katha amrita. So here I'm going to summarize what this slide is saying, that double meaning. Direct meaning is this. simply hearing is pastimes, and that takes care of the influence of the lower modes of material nature when we are on material platform. Okay, and Krishna brings us to the mode of goodness. The 5 verses from Bhagavatam, So that is what the potency of Krishna Katha Amritam, But this, so when you hear that from the right source, it takes care. The gopis are saying that's true. In fact, this is a statement made by the 12 Mahajanas, the great souls, Mahajana, 12 souls. That's all true. But gopis are saying that we are not getting that. How to explain that? So Acharya is saying that, that here gopis are saying that Katha Amritam, when you hear from your lotus mouth, again the glorification of his lips, from your own mouth, when you are physically in front of us and we hear from you, then we get benefit. But otherwise not. So again, there is a subtle message to us. When we have to hear Krishna Katha, Bhagavatam, Prabhupada always used to say that not to hear from these professional reciters, those who make their living out of discussing Krishna Katha and everything, So you have to hear from proper company and proper source, then you get the benefit out of it. That's the whole thing. It is right. That's what it is. So Kavi Bhira Iditam means this, means Kavi means the great thinker, but here it is referred to the devotees because the nectar of Hari Katha is far above the two other kinds of nectar. It's glorified. Iditam means glorification by devotees like the 12 Mahajanas who are always relishing this superior nectar. They said that it gives life. If a person hears Hari Katha with faith, that Hari Katha makes such impressions, this samskara, the impressions in our heart, and that's a lasting impression, positive impressions when we hear Krishna Katha. But the same gopis are saying that that is kalma apaham, kalmasha. Kalmasha means all the sinful acts, and the reaction is apaham, means complete disappearing, neutralizing harikatha. So from their point of view, their interpretation is here now. The gopis are saying, so there are two kinds of gopis. Remember, one Dakshina Bhava, one is a Vamya Bhava. Dakshina Bhava is those who are subservient to Krishna, Chandravali's group. Vamya Bhava is Radharani's group, Mana. So those who are in Vamya Bhava, Radharani's group, this is particularly applies here. These gopis argue we are always speaking Harikatha. So if it is really possesses the qualities of Amritam, then why do we feel intense anguish without recipient means calmness in our separation from you? Why it is so? So we have left our homes, our husbands, and all our possessions for you, and now we are roaming like beggars and continually weeping, but there is no one to remove our tears. So we want to hear that katha from your lips. That means you come in front of us. That's what gopis are saying that, So there's a subtle message for us. We should hear from the proper source, Krishna Katha. Otherwise, gopis are saying that it's causing like a mrityu, mata. And so amrita, opposite of mrita. Kalmasha apaham, the alternative interpretation by the Vamya Bhava gopis. Harikatha drives away all kinds of sinful reactions in inauspiciousness, including ignorance. But we, the gopis, are evidence to the contrary. We must have performed extremely sinful activities to be so tormented, but that torment is not removed by your Harikatha. Tonight, we are roaming here and there, sobbing bitterly, for you have left us and vanished from your sight. We can thus understand that the nectar of your Katha is Kalma Apasham. It's not Kalma Apaham, but it is Kalmasha. it's causing us more difficulties, So that is what Shravana Mangalam. We are always discussing your whereabouts, your dancing, your beauty. So that is they themselves are saying the Krishna Katha. When they are looking for him everywhere, all over, that is Krishna Katha. That's what they're saying. And so please come, because now it's going to have the eventual effect on Krishna, who is hiding and listening all this thing. Now Krishna is going to come before them. So I'll stop here. Yeah, I'll stop here. So we have plenty of time to discuss. Okay, so these are difficult topics. You have to properly understand this thing, and this discussion is more become understandable in this one-on-one question and answer session. There I noticed that in that half an hour we discussed, and now I'm giving you almost 45 minutes. No, not 45 minutes. How much? Sir, Prabhuji?
15
It's about
minutes,
just 10,
Prabhuji.
15 minutes. Sorry
15
about
minutes.
that.
Oh, 15
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, let's talk about it. Haribol. Topic is so much in depth is there. You never feel satisfied.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So
રક્ષામાતા એક
wonderful
મધુર
explanation.
અષ્ટકમ કરજો ને પછી જ્યારે ટાઈમ મળે ત્યારે.
श्योर प्रभु जी, पक्कू
हाँ, बोलो.
पक्कू प्रभु जी। इसमें से हमें ये जो टेका हुए बहुत सारे मैसेजेस है, मतलब हमें भी भगवान के आशीर्वाद की जरूरत है, हमें भी भगवान की
Yes.
कथा की जरूरत है, और हमें भी उनके लोटस फीट के आश्रय की जरूरत है। ये हमें समझना चाहिए एज ए डिवोटी।
Exactly. You got it.
ये जो 3 बेनिडिक्शन जो है वो बराबर याद रखना चाहिए हमें भी। तो और ऑलवेज रिमेम्बर कृष्णा, नेवर फॉरगेट कृष्णा।
So always don't misunderstand. Lips means not kiss. They're saying we want to
कृष्ण
hear
कथा,
the
कृष्ण
katha
कथा।
amritam from you. That's what we want to see. You or your representatives, Guru. Okay. Anybody else?
Haribol,
Yeah.
I'm just adding to the Raksha Mataji's point. There is one Shastra, I think you only mentioned. There's two things we always do that one. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So that is what I think you did mention. So that is what I thought to connect to Mataji's word.
Shramana
Yes.
Mangalam. Just hearing.
Yes, bro.
And that's the first step in Navada Bhakti, right?
Correct, bro.
Yeah. Thank
And
you,
even
Prabhu.
when Krishna starts his Bhakti Yoga, first also, Tat Srunu, that's what he starts also. So we
Yes.
have to try to hear that one. Yes, bro.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So much.
So
So nice,
hearing
Prabhu.
from the right source, in the company of other devotees, like-minded devotees. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Haribol.
Yes, Haribol.
प्रभु जी, हमारे माता जी ऐसे हमेशा कहते हैं कि आपने कथा सुन ली मगर फिर एसोसिएशन गलत संग में कर लिया वापस, तो जो
Yeah.
सुना है वो सब चला जाएगा।
Exactly.
So always be in a devotee association.
Yes. Rightly said that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So one thing I was just thinking, the gopis said that the katha influence is now not on us. That's what the Vamya gopis are saying, right? Rather, so whatever you are saying that it is not applicable because to hearing from other people, but we want to hear only from you, right? So how personally
They are in that kind of, see, they have adhikara. We don't have that
Mm.
kind of adhikara. We are not qualified, right? So we want his representative, the Krishna sent, his true representative. From them, we should hear Krishna Katha.
Yeah, so they will have that adhikara because they belong to the
Yeah.
Guru Tattva, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank
Okay, I'm going to last 10 minutes.
प्रभु जी, तो
Yes.
बाय देयर पर्सनल एग्जांपल गोपी हमें जो सिखा रहे हैं कि ऐसा करना चाहिए आपसे, तो एज अ डिवोटी साधकों को बाय देयर पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, और ये जो भी लीला है उससे हमें यही सीखना चाहिए कि वो हमें अच्छे से सिखा रहे हैं कि आपको भी यही करना है।
Yes, exactly. And for a practicing devotee, we have a Manjari Guru, right?
यस प्रभु जी।
from that course we did that. Which course, remember?
Manashiksha.
Yeah. Who has written that Manasiksha?
Rupa
Who's the author?
Goswami. Rupa
Wonderful.
Goswami.
No, not Rupa Goswami. Just think. Another one of the 6 Goswamis.
Raghunath Das.
Raghunath Das Goswami.
Ha, Raghunath Das Goswami, right.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So deep and wonderful.
Depth is, but we don't have time.
You mentioned about.
We don't have time.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, just one quick note. Thank you very much and wonderful. Especially the part that was not clear earlier to me and got clear is the section where you say they asking Krishna to touch with the lips. So that usually used to be okay. That means
it's
deep
not like
kissing
passionate
involved,
kiss,
but
what they
but
hear
now
from.
it's very clear. It's about the katha. For us,
Yes.
it's a katha. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Sharath Prabhuji, you take over now.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Now, one thing it had occurred to me a long time back. Now, here how the story starts. Krishna calls the gopis. Gopis, they feel proud. Krishna goes away. He disappears from their vision. And the gopis start singing this Gopi Geet. Now, can you think of how they could sing these songs? They had never practiced this. Nobody had composed these songs. And all they were millions of gopis, and they were to take part in this Gopi Geet. Now, how it could have taken place? Actually, that is a wonder, and that is the with the intervention of Yogamaya only it was possible. But after reading the commentaries of the acharyas, the things are more clear. Like this 6th verse, Prajajinartiham Virayositam. Now, this was sung by one gopi, a Tamasi gopi. Each of these verse they were sang by different gopis. It is not that only one gopi was singing. Like this 7th verse, Pranata Dehinam, Papa Karsanam, Tronacharanugam, Sriniketanam. This was sung by a Rajasi gopi. Now all these gopis, in their turn, they sang these songs, and the others they were also taking part. Now that's what I used to wonder. The others they have not heard these wordings. They do not know the composition of these songs and how all of them together they were taking part. And what about the musical instruments? Yes, the musical instruments were also there, all arrangements were there, and that was the job of Yogamaya. Anything which we think is most the impossible, it cannot be done, that can be done by Yogamaya. That is what was being done. Like in this verse, 7th verse, we saw the Rajasi Gopi is singing this song, and the Acharyas they say that she is more elevated than the previous one. That means each verse, each subsequent verse is much greater importance and in much elevated sense than the previous one. And the last one will here we already saw the general meaning of that verse. The actual meaning we'll see later on. Now, say we talk of the 7th verse. Now, the Rajasi Gopi, what he is saying, asking for the same thing in another way. The word krunu kuche suna, that is the heart is there inside the breast. And here if you mark the word kuchesu, that is on the breasts is in the plural instead of the dual the meaning. And why this? Because of the multitude of gopis who were present, the crores of gopis were present on that day, and they were singing these songs. And by putting the hands on the head, his coming near them was stated. And Krishna, by reciprocating, a relationship could be established between the gopis and Lord Krishna. And like this, then in this, the Krishna might say, why should I place my soft feet on your hard breast? Now, in this regard, the gopis are saying Phaniphanar Pitam. That is, the Kaliya's hoods, they were much harder than our chest. And that's why you should put your legs, your feet on our chest. And the fault in the Kaliya was removed by placing your lotus feet on them. So the fault in each one of us will be will be dispelled by your putting the feet here. Like this, they have so many meanings. Like even in this seventh verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that these gopis, all the gopis who are taking part in this, they are in the Samartharati. That is the affection capable of bringing Krishna under their control. Like we saw the gopis, the queens of Dwarka, they were not in a position to keep Krishna under his control, whereas Krishna was under the control of the gopis. Now these gopis, they do not know about getting happiness to drive away their unhappiness. The only purpose of their bodily actions, the vocal actions that they were singing this, the mental functions, everything was to keep Krishna happy. And the gopis are the most clever women in this universe. They are saying that their beauty, their youthfulness, and the affection of their lust to inflame Krishna's intimate amorous pleasure, and that was that they wanted to enjoy, and that's why this was going on. And for the most part of the gopis, they are not diminishing, lessening their love in spoken language. Rather, they are only making the whole conversation light just in spoken language. Like this, they kept on discussing about the various things, and we have not yet, we could not reach the ninth verse. That would have been a little more interesting also. That we'll see next time. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, then let's conclude the class with Nishima prayer.
Samta Mataji, please. Samta Mataji.
Samta Mataji is here. Probably not.
Mataji is there.
Archana Mataji is not
Hare
here,
Krishna,
no? Is
please
she all
accept
right?
my humble
Archana Mataji, do you have any news? I haven't heard from her for some time.
apologies.
Archana Mataji is...
Her mother is not well, Prabhuji.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry about it. Okay, go ahead.
I can sing, Prabhu. If you... who's there?
Samta Mataji
Yeah,
singing, right?
whoever.
Yes,
Okay.
please
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Samta Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayini. Praladadayini. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः शीलटङ्कानखालाये शीलटङ्कानखालाये तो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा हरि नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा हरि नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरेणकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गं ललिताहिरण्यकशिपूतनुलिङ्गं केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरेणकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गं ललिताहिरण्यकशिपूतनुलिङ्गम् केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय हो नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे थैंक यू प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All glory to Prabhupada, all glory to all the devotees. Hare Krishna. So I wish you all the wonderful week ahead. We meet next week. Then we'll take the verses 10 to 19. The 9th verse we might discuss further, okay? Hari Bol. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna, Dandava Pranam,
Dandavat
Prabhuji.
pranam,
Thank you, all the
Dandavat
devotees.
pranam to all
Dandavat
devotees.
pranam Prabhu ji thank you
Hare Krishna.